Good everyone, welcome to this video. Today we have a review on the Grant 1 from the USA tech tree. This obviously isn't the British Grant. I unfortunately didn't get the chance to get one, but no worries for anyone who didn't. There's one in the US tech tree, and I think there's a Lee in the Russian tree, which you can get on the marketplace. I don't really pay attention to all that stuff. Now, before I begin with the normal typical review, I just want to take us back in time. So, back in 2015, when Joe had first started playing this game, I went down the American Air tree and the American Ground tree, and I played the Lee a lot, and I didn't like the Lee. Absolutely despised the thing. It was a horrible tank to play. It just didn't fit my playstyle at the time, which was just rush around an M3 Stuarts. And because of how large this thing was, I would just get sniped from halfway across the map by pretty much anything because I didn't know how to angle my armor. Fast forward a good 6.5 years to me getting this Grant in the recent Warbond shop of the last Battle Pass. Obviously, if you're from the future, I will just elaborate that is Battle Pass Season 4 for anyone that's curious. I got this tank through Warbonds, and I have to admit I was pleasantly surprised. It really did do a lot more than what I was expecting, and it does actually have quite a few funny quirks, which I can tell you about. So let's begin with the armor. The armor is no different to the M3 Lee, at least on the hull. Now, this does mean that you have some pretty bad weak spots, where some even light SPA will punch right through the front. But if you angle your armor like this, where you can still keep the 75 in action, or if you don't want to use the 75, you can use it as spaced armor because the breach is quite big. You can angle it more like this, and then the frontal plate will be harder to pen for some shells. Some shells will still go right through, and if they just hit here, it will still go right through. But you can't really ask for anything more than that. I'm just going to set it to realistic, because I just realised we're at 2-3, which means we're an AB, but that just gives you a more realistic approach of the stats, and I didn't even notice it until now. So the only differences, I should really say, for the Grant are the turret front, which is 3 inches thick, aka 76.2, instead of the normal 2-inch on the Lee. This makes the survivability of this vehicle a little bit better in a hold-down position, and trust me, as you can tell by the effective thickness, this does have some great spots. However, the gun sight, or the gunner's sight itself, is still a weak spot. The area around the gun breech is still a weak spot. And of course, the turret ring, if you get a good enough shot in, is still a weak spot. However, this thing does have one really weird quirk. And that's if you take out the turret drive on the top gun, it can still rotate. You'll see an example of this in the gameplay. And there's also another little quirk. If your entire turret crew plus the loader back here is... it's the entire turret crew and the driver is knocked out, but not these two here, the gunner and the loader of the 75, you won't be able to move, because none of these two will want to take the driver's seat. I'm not sure why that is. It's probably just a bug, but it's just how it is. Your main weapon, though, is going to be the 37mm, which at 2.7 is pushing its irrelevancy at that point, but you can still use the 75 to great effect, as you'll see in the gameplay. In terms of shells, I would recommend the M51B1/B2 for the 37mm, and for the 75mm, you want to use the M61 shot. Another additional feature of the Grant over the Lee is a smoke grenade launcher. It has 14 grenades, and is very useful. And plus you don't have the cherry cake weak spot on top. But otherwise, the armor is pretty much the same as a Lee all over, other than the turret front as previously mentioned. Now we come to the price. This vehicle is 1,000 Golden Eagles. Do I think it's worth it? Not at full price. I would get this thing on a 25% or a 50% off if given a chance. But otherwise, there is a much better premium tank on offer, which is the M4A5 Ram. And if you have it, you have the Canadian Stuart, that is. Obviously, I'm going to be getting a review out for this, because obviously it's got a different name now. But if you can get this instead of the Grant, that would arguably be better for most players. But otherwise, I think that pretty much covers everything in detail. I'm now going to hand you over to the gameplay part of the review, which you'll obviously see a example of not just how good the turret front armor is, but also you'll get to see the quirk of the turret ring in action. Anyway, I'll leave you all to it, and I'll hand you over to the gameplay now. See you all on the next one. Locust already down there, so he must... There it is, Cromwell. Okay, apparently my 75mm doesn't pen. Well, I hit the rock, to be fair. There we go. I meant the 37mm, not 75mm. Right, he's down there. Truck. Got him.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Alright, let's see if we can move up. Because they made it harder for us to flank on this side. Come on. That's a Panzer IV moving up. Let's see if we can peek over. What Panzer IV is that? That's a G. That's going to be harder to pen. I think he sees me, I'm not sure. The Marder will definitely see me in a minute.
Yes, a hit.
Really? I'd have thought that would have killed it.
The target has been destroyed.
Okay, he didn't notice me. Go for the engine. Turrets. Hull. That didn't do anything.
Let's go. Our sector is under artillery barrage.
Alright, I'm just gonna go Commander. That was taking too long. Come on. Right, there was a Panzer just over there. Like, just over here. Okay, something moving up. It's a Sherman. I might have a side shot in a minute. Nah. No shot, no shot. There's an archer there, though. Should have a shot on him, however. Okay, you need to move forward to use the 37, or the 75mm. Commander driver. Nice. That is an ace. Team is capping C. I'm kind of glad I didn't go to A side, because that's been completely overwhelmed.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Okay.
Enemy forces have captured.
That's friendly. That's nothing to worry about. Let's see if we can change position, because they will be coming back. Now, my only question is... Okay, that's a Puma. He's got to be in this rock on the left-hand side. Dude, what the fuck are you doing? I have a brakes. I'm using my brakes for a reason. There we go. Okay, he just died there. There we go. I would have thought the 75 would have done it, but apparently not. Can use the Puma's smoke now to move up a bit. Got his engine. Ah, whatever. No biggie. Just need to watch our right. He just completely murdered that, and there's a Panzer over there. Not sure what model, but I'll try and side scrape. Need it to be a little bit flatter though. I don't know what model that is, but I'm going to assume it's a long 50, so it can pen us. Just worried about my right, because obviously I'm right near their spawn. Surprised the 75 didn't pen there, but to be fair, was a bit of an awkward angle. I'm going to smoke up and... There we go, armor took that one. We need to head back towards C. I'm going to drop another smoke. Load smoke. Use it to cover us. We need to move. I'm worried about the Panzer, but we're going to have to ignore him for now. Alright, back to AP for that! Ah, good bomb drop. Good bomb drop. I think I have a backup for the Grant. Yes, I do. So I'm going to head down there. That was a cracking bomb drop. I hit the brakes, but the sheer shockwave of a freaking bomb being that close. It's not exactly going to let a vehicle live now, is it? Alright, come on, guys. I need you to move. Let's go. Go, 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 go. Before anyone looks in the kill feed and wonders why, like, just in case you're not familiar, there is two different grants in the game. There's the British grant, and there's the US grant, which is this one. I know at this point, it's a bit late to mention that, but because there's a British vehicle in this match, I figured I'd mention it. Okay, looks like my team managed to clean up there. I saw you last second. Oh, come on. Okay, he actually failed to kill me there. Yeah, someone seems to forget that this vehicle actually has a bit of a bug. And I've obviously mentioned it in the Hangar section, but basically this thing, whenever it loses its turret drive, it doesn't fully lose it on the 37mm. I'm not sure why it's the case, it just does that. That's a Fokker. Come on. Lift it up. Come on. Got some hits. Come on, gotta crank that. Never mind. Crew is quite wounded, so I'm gonna head to the cap and get another. Oh, hang on. That'll teach you a lesson, won't it? I could have killed him there, but I rushed my shot, so no big deal. Okay, there's a teammate needing assistance over here. And he just died to a stew. Oh boy. Let's grab a spare crew member. I'm worried about that stew because I don't know where it is. I need to get eyes on it, but I don't know where it is. Got a spare crew member. Grab some ammo whilst we're at it. We didn't use a lot of ammo, but still. Always need the ammo. So now we're up to 5 crew members again. Although we don't have the 6th, which is obviously the commander, but that's no big deal. Let's get moving. That Panzer IV F2 should have killed us, like, easily. Let's see if we can flank this guy and help our team, because there's not many enemies left. Let's go for the front section. I'm aiming too far forward. There we go. Plus, I aim low on the 75, so... Well, that's going to be GG. Not a bad result at all. There we go. GG. And that is that.